already.
Well,
right?
no. Well, no. It's also called adultery. I mean, what are you talking about?
I thought adultery is when you're married and you go out of the marriage.
That's the legal, but like biblically, like when in like Matthew 5, the Sermon on the Mount, when Jesus like, if you lust, no, any translation, it's like the Greek is adultery, right? Like if you anyone who like that's what
sure is fornication, voluntary sexual intercourse between a married person and a person who is not his or her spouse. That's adultery, and fornication is
right legally. But I'm saying like when again, like in the Bible, when we say
between people not married to each other.
I know. I'm asking. But I'm saying biblically how this is used when it says if a man lusts after a woman, you know, he has already committed adultery with her in his heart. Do you think that only applies to married men? I don't think anyone thinks that, right? That applies to everybody, right? That's saying like don't lust after women.
A non-married man would have to be able to look at a woman and be like, "Hey, I feel very attracted to this person. I would like to marry her." Would that be a sin?
Right. Though that's why that's Jesus. We had this conversation before. I can't remember who was a part of it. Like not necessarily you and me, but
what are you nerds talking about?
Else.
Confluence, answer the question. An unmarried man looks at a woman, feels very attracted.
Yeah, that's not what Christ means. That's not what Christ means when he says if you look at a woman to lust after her in your heart. He doesn't mean I see a woman, I think woman hot. He means like I think it's obvious that there's like intention.
No,
I do know Christ. I have a personal relationship with my Lord and Savior. Thank you very much.
I gotta ask Mo something. If you guys are flirting for a second.
Wait, what was the question that Emmett asked you that you're not answering, Con?
I think I am answering it. Where he's saying that adultery. We're talking about if adultery only applies to marriages, and I'm saying biblically it applies to any like fornicative act.
He's being pedantic. It doesn't matter.
I'm not being pedantic. I'm just saying how the word is used in the Bible.
Wait, you're saying fornication only applies within the marriage? Is that what you're saying?
No, fornication is outside of marriage. Adultery. We were saying that you commit adultery. I said that it's usually when you're married. If you're married and you go outside of the marriage, that would be adultery, and fornication is when in
a colloquial sense, but I would say biblically.
Yeah,
biblically you can commit adultery.
You said to me that if a man looks at a woman, let's say that a married man looks at a woman, first thought in his mind is I want to have a bunch of babies with this woman, and the only way to do it is I want to have a bunch of sex with her. Is that wrong when he wants to go and marry her?
Hold on, didn't Matthew view marriage itself as like a necessary
evil? A necessary evil? What?
Who was that?
That's not. It's in Matthew's gospel. I think it might also be in Luke too, though.
No, he's talking about Paul, and he's talking about.
Yeah. No, this is Jesus talking. Jesus says this quote.
I know. Jesus.
I don't remember it ever being referred to as a necessary evil, considering God's the author of the marriage. So that'd be kind of weird.
Well, I think Alex is talking about when Paul says it would be better for you not to marry, but because you're lusty bastards.
Yeah, but wasn't he talking about giving it over to Christ and spreading the gospel and being?
Yeah, he's basically saying you should give your life to Christ.
But there's a difference between someone making a statement that's optimally effective versus like you shouldn't do this or it's evil. That's two different statements.
Right. Can you
I wouldn't say it means evil, but what?
Can you tell me about what I said about?
Oh, the sex thing. I think to me, I don't know. This seems like I understand that you don't like going to scripture, but I think it's very obvious in that passage that it's talking about like a more
every time you see a woman and you're like, man, I would like to have some babies with her. You're lost. If I'm fantasizing, if I see a woman and I'm like, oh yeah, I'd really like to do X, Y, and Z, and I'm really going over it in my mind and I'm leering. Yeah, I would think that's what Jesus is talking about. If I just see one, I'm like, I'm really attracted to her. I would want to I want to get married to her. I don't think that's
okay. So wait a minute, Colin. Follow up question then. Let's say you see a girl. You're at a gathering. You see a girl. And she's like really attractive, and you're like, man, like I want to go introduce myself and talk to her. Are you just going over there as this like, are you approaching her in a way that's just completely non-sexual, just kind of like,
No,
you might as well be like a blank.
No, I
slate.
said the opposite. I said the opposite. I said obviously you can see her and feel sexually attracted to her and want to marry her. That's fine. I'm saying if I'm like,
so you're gonna burn in hell for that now?
No, I'm saying
you're gonna burn in hell for that.
Your church doesn't teach this. You guys are Orthodox. Your church has clear.
No, I'm asking you if you're gonna burn in hell for that. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh,
I'm saying. First of all, you're not gonna burn in hell for either of them. I'm saying what's bad would be to be like, oh, I really want to I want to have sex with her, and I'm trying to picture her naked, and I'm really thinking about the sex act. Or like that's obviously what we're talking about. We're talking about like lusting after a woman. We're not just talking about like being like sexually aroused. So I did see your tank, Emmett. I do want to see the finished product. I was distracted by the sex talk.
So I have to ask you, if at one point in like the Bible it defines adultery as straying from your marriage, and then Jesus expands that to include like the adultery of even thought, right? You can commit adultery in your mind through lusting after another woman. Would that not just expand the definition of adultery, not create a new one where you don't have to be married?
No, because I mean, we could pull this up in the Greeks, but Jesus is not expanding the definition of just like the word itself isn't like cheating on your spouse in Matthew. I can pull it up if we want, but if it was, then sure, then it would only apply to that. No, there's definitely
one moment, right?
Well, the word, he used a specific word, right?
He used a different word than they used in the Ten Commandments.
Okay, fine. Should you be stoned for adultery?
Well, of course. I mean, the New Testament is written in Greek, so I mean, now Jesus probably didn't speak Greek, but I mean, we don't know the word he would have used in Hebrew because we don't have a Hebrew, New Testament.
Yeah, should you be stoned for adultery? That's what Emmett just asked.
Stoned for adultery.
Yeah, answer Emmett's question. You shouldn't? No.
When I do adultery, I'm usually pretty stoned.
What a pussy take.
But what's the?
You should only be stoned when you're high. No, it means that the only way to commit adultery is when you're high.
No. What did Jesus say about stoning people? Anyone remember that?
What?
Throw the first stone. Yeah, if you
let he.
Oh, he's talking about that specifically, right?
Stone, yes.
Yeah. Did he stop every single stoning or just that one?
Well, he seemed to be implying you shouldn't stone people unless you yourself are sinless.
Oh, here, let me do the Sola Scriptura thing. Remember, he told that guy to give up all his money and follow him. So you should give up all your money now. Because it was it was clearly written that way and it's in the Bible, so now you should do that. He was
talking
exactly
to a specific person, but actually,
yeah. Well, was he talking about a specific person? Was he talking about? Was he talking about? No. Was he talking about the single person before? What? No, it isn't. Was he talking about the single person with the stoning?
That's horrible.
Was he talking about the single person with the stoning?
Did he refer
answer
to
the question?
Answer the question. Answer the fucking question. Was he talking about a single person with a stoning?
No, he was talking to a crowd.
No,
he doesn't specify who he's talking about.
He was talking to the crowd.
About who?
About an unnamed, unspecified woman.
Okay, but it was a person. It was a single person, correct?
There was.
He wasn't talking to a woman. There was. There's a person involved.
Yeah, there's a person involved. He was making reference to it. He's talking to the crowd.
There's always a person involved.
He was
reference to the and he was talking. There was other people I'm sure around when he was talking to the other guy about his getaway as well too.
He was without sin throw the first stone at her.
I just said he was talking to the crowd. You not listening?
But he didn't mention her in the statement at all. There was absolutely no reference to her in the
statement. So he was just saying that for no reason. He was just like, he was without any kind of situation to invoke the reason for him to say that. He was just like talking he just walked around talking out loud.
His prescription was not specific to the situation or the person.
Oh, okay. How do you know that? How do you know that? Well, then how do you know it wasn't specific to just the guy to give up all your wealth?
Okay.
How do you know it wasn't specific to that guy?
Which is actually true.
Wait, it was actually specific to the situation because he didn't say to the Roman that was, putting them in the cross that only the one that is without sin should hit the nail. Right?
They weren't casting stones.
The first one without sin should hit the nail. That's what he should have said.
Yeah, so apparently you're allowed to crucify people, but you shouldn't cast stones at people. So if you want to crucify adulterers, then I guess go right the fuck ahead.
Okay, perfect. I agree.
We agree,
Alexander.
He literally specifies.
I was wrong.
He literally specifies that the Romans did a sin because he says, "Those who gave you up to me have done the greater sin." So he literally does specify that the Romans are doing a sin by
You're right. My bad. He wasn't.
But he doesn't. But he doesn't tell them that the one without sin should hit the first nail. So
right.
No,
what I would say
that it's sin what they're doing. So I don't think he needed to say. I don't think he needed to reprise the "he who is without sin" line again. I mean,
why
you say it too many times, it gets old. You know, people stop.
Hold on. Why would
he?
Yeah.
Then he walks into a room and everyone's like, "Jesus, say the thing about sin." It's just really.
Every single time.
Just do the thing.
The first one without sin should pull the trigger. That's gonna be the new one.
Who is he talking to in the first one? Who's he talking
that.
to in the second one?
He's talking to Pharisees.
Okay, in which one? The second one?
In the I think you're talking about the stoning. That's what
the stoning was the Pharisees.
He's talking to like a crowd of people.
But I don't think the stoning is the Pharisees.
It's not. Yeah, it's not specific.
So
Pharisees.
who would he be talking to?
It is the Pharisees. The ones that are saying that they should die are the Pharisees.
I don't think the passage specifies that he's just talking to Pharisees.
Everyone there was saying that she should be stoned.
We can look
at
it up.
He mentioned a specific Pharisee there.
Do you think that
this is John 5 or something? No, maybe John something.
Do you think that whenever somebody was gonna get stoned, everybody just wake up that day and it's like, yeah, Maria, fuck that bitch, let's go stone her?
Well, usually when someone
says, you think there was like
her,
a process that usually went through when people are fine to be
pieces of shit,
you know?
Okay, Emmett does have a point.
They're talking
I think that could only be done by the Pharisees.
Then what? Well, the Pharisees are talking originally. But it says when the accusers heard this, they slipped away one by one, and the accusers weren't the Pharisees. The accusers would have been the ones that accused her of adultery. Yeah. So obviously the accusers took this as applying to them because everyone left, and then no one's left. It's just Jesus and the woman.
So it was about a person, like an individual.
Yeah, that was a person.
He did. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Usually, conversations involve at least one person.
Well, I knew that, but that's what you guys were implying. It wasn't about. He was talking to an audience. No shit, he was talking to an audience.
He was, yeah. So that's a reasonable distinction to point out if you think about it.
No, not. It was irrelevant to my point. It was irrelevant to my point. You're just trying to obfuscate and do fucking red herrings.
I'm not obfuscating shit with your bad hermeneutics.
No, obfuscate fluence. Yeah.
You'd be a fucking Methodist, Mo. You'd be a fucking Methodist.
No, we should give away all. We got to give away all our stuff now because they killed that one guy, right?
Wait, I agree. I agree with Confluence. You know, Protestants are fucking terrible. We have to agree with him. So,
I agree. Yeah.
Methodists are bad, and Protestants that don't apply proper hermeneutics are bad.
You already said it, Con.
It's like the shit tier, right? It's like I am the best of the shit. No, all of them.
Let me tell you what this means. Where'd you find that out?
So in any prescription,
I prayed really hard.
They had so much better. Yeah, so much better.
I prayed really hard. Jesus talked to my heart. I can feel him in my fingers. I can feel him in my toes.
More satisfactory answer is my fucking priest told me.
It is a better answer, by the way. It's a lot better.
Yeah, it's like
they usually not only tell you, they tell you that, and they tell you about
slave morality. Okay, this is unironically why.
They usually not only tell you what it means, but they also if you ask him more, like if you ask him to clarify more, he can tell you about saints. He can tell you about church history. He can tell you about the reasons why. He can.
That was a little too far. I take that back. You'd be at least a Lutheran. Well, I shouldn't say things I can't take back. You wouldn't be a Methodist.
He can tell you so much about it. It's amazing. Imagine that. Imagine having access to that.
So just to be clear, then, is the person Mo? Is that who's in here? Yeah. So anywhere where we see Jesus talk or give a prescription, it only applies to that specific situation.
It depends on the prescription. It depends on the interpretation, right?
Yeah, it depends on context matters.
Talk to your priest, Alex.
In this case, right, there was no reference to the person or the situation. he just made a prescription about casting the first stone if you don't have sin. And you're saying that's specific to the person in the situation. That in any
how is he not making a reference to the person? He's standing there with the thing that just happened, and he's like basically trying to fight off a mob from stoning someone to death. What the fuck are you talking about? How does that make any fucking sense?
I want to answer this.
Who are going to be stoned
I want to answer this.
Do you think?
I want to answer this. I want to answer this.
The reference?
I want to answer this because Mo, I want you.
Control your panel and answer it.
I am trying to. I'm trying to.
Yeah,
answer.
Confluence, order in the court.
Order in the court.
What is this chaotic mess?
The proper, I think, when we're looking at that passage, Mo, and just real talk, right? All we're given, right? Women caught in adultery. They're trying to trap Jesus. So it doesn't seem like it really matters about the woman at all. Whereas like the rich young ruler, we're told that he's like, what can I do to get into heaven? It's a specific conversation. It seems like Jesus is like, he's pointed out as being rich. It seems like Jesus is like hitting on the fact that that's what's like keeping him from like, that's what his like main sin is, right? I think that's a fair distinction to make. The woman in adultery, she's just a random woman caught in adultery. Jesus doesn't even know her. The Pharisees freaking bring Jesus to her. And they assemble a crowd. He's not talking to her. He doesn't know her. She's just an anonymous woman caught in adultery. So I think it makes sense to take that in the general context and not take the rich young ruler.
Based on what? How do you make the distinction there?
Based on what I just explained. That rich young ruler is, we're told that he's rich and that he's young and that he's asking Jesus a specific question.
Well, so why if that's the case, if that's what's keeping him, why would that be a prescription for everyone? Well, how can you decide that that's not?
May be kept by that.
Well, yeah.
How do you know?
Just because, you don't, I guess.
Oh, you don't?
Fall into that. But I don't think he was saying
that's a shame. You don't have some way to figure that out.
You must give it away. Else
yeah, I mean, like, no. If your argument is I can't understand any scripture passage at all, then sure, you can always retreat back to your orthodox.
No, I'm just asking. I simply ask, how did you know? And you said you don't know. So what do you want from me? I'm just asking a simple question.
No, Mo.
Understanding a fucking sentence.
No, Mo. What you have to do is listen to these people. Listen to the.
Yeah, I guess. Can you pray and feel Jesus in your toes and tell me?
I got my feelings.
I have a question. Okay. I have a question.
So, panel. What do you think? I
got
said
feeling
theologically untoward.
One slip up. You said Jesus didn't know her.
Can I ask?
And through our theology, Jesus would have obviously knew her.
No, that's bad theology. That's actually bad
really.
Theology.
Are you sure?
God wouldn't know her.
Yes. No. What?
I think the filthy Protestant is right.
Read Hebrews.
God would know that woman.
Yeah, God knew his followers without meeting them.
You guys trigger me so much because you say stuff that the Orthodox Church disagrees with you on. The Orthodox Church is not.
No. Hold up. I'm asking questions. I'm not making any declarative statements.
Hold on. That's how you go to jail.
Is ridiculous. And the Orthodox Church agrees with me. Jesus was not omniscient on earth. That's what your own church teaches, and you're fucking laughing as if I'm saying something stupid, even though I'm saying what your fucking church believes. Which is crazy.
Well, I mean, Jesus shows multiple times in the Bible that he would know of someone without meeting them.
Yes, he obviously.
So
wait a minute. You're saying that as far as like divine power in Jesus, he can heal people, walk on water.
Yes,
but we put a limit on like knowing Susie's name by looking at her. Okay, got it.
I'm saying he could have. I'm saying he doesn't automatically know that.
He doesn't automatically know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's a little too far. It's not,
your church
walking on water and healing the sick and chasing out demons. That's minor things compared to looking at someone and
I'm just saying,
knowing their name.
Maybe you should look up what your own church believes before you mock it, because you're mocking the actual official Orthodox stance.
I'm mocking what you're saying.
Which is the official Orthodox stance that Jesus does not just automatically bring all
the official Orthodox stance is
God.
Wait, Confluence, you're talking for the church?
Yeah, that's a
I'm
good
telling
point,
you what the stance is.
What the church's stance is.
Yeah, I'm not speaking for the church. I'm saying what your church says.
So,
It's like if I say
I don't need to go to
Orthodox
church,
says
right? I
Christ
can
is
just go
God.
to you and you will tell me what
No,
the church
okay,
says,
yeah,
right?
nice, good argument, Emmett. Such
I'm just asking. I'm just asking you. You say that you know what the church says. So I was doing this wrong. Instead of going to church, I could just go to conference.
What a great argument. What a great argument, Emmett. That's
what you said, right?
So relevant. Yeah, exactly what I said.
Didn't you say that
Emmett,
was the position of the church?
Just like if I say that Christ is God and that's what the Orthodox Church believes, then you could rightly respond, I guess I shouldn't go to church. I guess I should just ask you, Conflict, because you're speaking on behalf of the church. That would be retarded, right?
Except every time I talk to people, I literally said that's not the position of the church. That's my interpretation.
Well, let me make this point right quick.
Right, but
So wait. So let me ask you this, Confluence.
God, that's fucking retarded.
Official interpretation of something.
Was under
since
since you know so much about Orthodoxy, under Orthodoxy was Jesus fully God and fully human?
Yes,
fully man?
the hypostasis. Yes.
Okay, so he was fully God, but he couldn't.
Yes, he made himself lesser. Yes,
but he couldn't look at someone and know their name.
He could if he chose to.
He could. Yeah. Oh, he could. Okay.
Okay.
So that's a different answer than what you just gave earlier.
5 minutes ago. I don't know. Is my mic low? I feel like there's been multiple times
your
where
mic
I'm like
sucks.
Does it? What? Why does it? How does it suck?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. When Mo talks, it drowns you out.
It seemed like
is it better?
What he needed to know.
So here's the thing.
Maybe it's turned itself down.
I don't look. Here's the answer. I don't fully know all the intricacies, right? But I think it's just wild that you feel like you can make a declarative statement and be certain on it.